Hello and welcome to another video here at Puppeteer Lounge. So in this video, I would like to do a quick breakdown of Supertoon character setup and animation. So if you have taken a look at some of our videos on Puppeteer Lounge, for instance, this character. So let me go ahead and play it real quickly. You can see, if you take a look at it closely, every frame, you will notice that this character, actually, you can see it's what we like to call a Supertoon character. Okay, so inspired from classic traditional animation look, which has multiple smears, bendy deformations, exaggerations, squash and stretch, you name it, all those funky animation tricks and gimmicks that has been incorporated into the setup to create this animation. Now, back in the days, the multiples and the smears were created to create an illusion of fast action or creating a motion blur, in other words. But these days, it looks really cool with these in-betweens and multiples. I would say it's like an animation gimmick. And this is something that we have incorporated on some of our character setups, and these are also available as training workshop program. So if you take a look at Puppeteer Lounge Supertoon character setup training workshop program, you can learn how to set up these character rigs. Okay, so if I go through this animation, you can see this character gets spooked by a barking dog, and you can see there, this is what we like to call multiples. This is traditionally known as multiple in traditional animation. You can see the smear and distortion in the hand. Okay, and there you go. We have some swoosh line to create some line of action. You can see on the head there is a little bit of jiggle, squash and stretch, exaggeration and distortion on the leg, and also you can see some multiples of the legs as well. And this frame, you can see how we have recreated the multiples on the head to create this very cartoony effect, a smear or distortion. Okay, so you can see on the hands as well, there's a lot of smears. So this is all incorporated in the character rig itself and is created painstakingly every frame by animator. In this case, the animation was done by Puppeteer Lounge animation supervisor and co-founder Sachina Shakya. And me as a character rigger set up the rigs on this character. So if you take a look at these models, you can see all of these are individual head models, right? And also for the arms, the multiples are individual models. Okay, so for instance, if I turn on the controllers, we can manipulate each of these head individually. You can see if I try to move this controller, you can create the kind of a smear, a squash and stretch. And like I said, all of these curves are this line of action curve you have been rigged individually to create the direction where the action is taking place. This creates a very nice visual representation. So if I try to move the entire body, you can see the multiples, they follow the movement of the body as well, because everything is connected, right? And if we take a look at the leg, let's say for instance, you can see, and if I want to pop in some multiples on that, you can do that. Let me go ahead and bring out a leg. There you go. So you can see there is a leg in there. You can add in a multiple leg, and all of these legs can be manipulated and animated. So for instance, let me bring out another leg, right? So you can have as many legs as you want. So if you take a look at the arms as well, I can bring in the more arms, like let's say right arm. There you go. So just to create that illusion of fast action and create that nice gimmick with animation and multiples, right? So you can see if you take a look at it, overall, there you go. That looks pretty cool. Okay, now we wanted to take it a little further, and we got this very nice reference on the internet. This was actually from a movie that was discontinued, Sarodan Test. So all hand-drawn animation, and it looks pretty cool. And we specially picked this animation because the character is actually morphing from one form to another, so into a superhuman character here, a different character with a different set of teeth, cap, costume changes and everything, so that was really fun. So you can see the amount of distortion happening. So we really thought that, I think, to push our animation exercise and test for educational purpose, this is a very good reference, right? And we were kindly given permission to try out this animation to bring it into the world of 3D realm, right? And that's what we did with this little animation here. Frame by frame, you can see all the cool thing that we have seen on the original traditional animation done for Shadowdan. It is reflected on this 3D character. Try to, bring the 3D as close as to the 2D as possible. This just wanted to experiment with it. I think it came out really nice. The animator did a great job. Once again, the animation done by Sachina, our animation supervisor, and also she's the instructor here at Puppeteer Lounge. So if you take a look at this on the Maya viewport, the character actually morphs from one form to another. There is all sort of distortion and stretchy and squashy stuff going on. The entire face gets distorted. The joints are breaking all the time, and you can see here the character morphs into this huge muscular guy, the superhero character, and all of a sudden it morphs into a different character. So this was really cool. And you know what, this is one single character rig, right? So if you take a look at the rig itself, you can see the character, the rig is the same. It's not transforming. We are not using multiple rigs here. It's the same rig. So basically this entire character is the same rig. Okay, so you can quickly transform this into different versions of the same character. In other words, in the industry, this is also known as a universal rig, where you have a single rig that can transform into multiple rigs. Now, this kind of setup we have on Puppeteer Lounge Morphing Character Setup Training Workshop program. So if you're interested, you can take a look into it and learn for yourself how to set up this kind of character rig. But the idea here is this character is transforming, is morphing. It has all the animation gimmicks from the previous exercise. You can see how the exaggeration on the face and everything is taking place. So basically we have one single rig that is transforming into different characters, and this actually looks really cool, right? So if you take a look at it back in the original animation that inspired us to do this, we try to recreate it closely as possible. So this is all hand drawn. Okay, this is how traditional animation goes. All hand drawn. The character can morph, and with 2D animation there is a lot of limitless possibilities and freedom. If you're going to 3D world, then it comes into technicalities and challenges, and which I think we have successfully blended and created with this little example. So if you have any questions, feel free to comment down below, and like I said, take a look into Puppeteer Lounge Training Workshop program. We have a huge arsenal of curated professional rigging and animation training workshop program at Puppeteer Lounge. So if you're starting out or a seasoned artist who is looking out to update or upgrade your skills, then take a look into our training workshop program. And if you like this video, feel free to thumbs up and subscribe for more, and stay posted. Thank you so much.